So we're in a real interesting situation right here, right now, because I'm looking at what used to be an insane asylum, I think, is what you'd probably describe it as, a long time ago. It's probably a similar age to Riverview when it was first built, I would
Correct.
imagine. That's correct, yeah.
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 And Riverview ties into the story of this one.
Oh, it
subtly.
does.
With 1972,
Okay.
there was the head nurse here
Uh-huh.
at Riverview, not Riverview, this is Woodlands.
Uh-huh.
She reported that
Ow.
the janitor was interfering with one of the patients,
Uh-oh.
and they said she was being hysterical.
Uh-huh.
So they had her drugged up, committed, and shipped to Riverview. But the second nurse found out, called the daughter. The daughter called a friend who was a lawyer. The lawyer got in the car and got to Riverview before the paddy wagon, barricaded the entrance to Riverview, and refused to let them bring her into Riverview.
Is that right, eh?
And so, because of that went to the legislature in 1972, the story ended up. And it was the reason for the shutdown of the asylum system.
Okay.
They revamped it. And so, in years ago, before I ever planned to move here, I was on the Patello Bridge.
Yeah, that's what's cool. Okay, so what we should give some background, right? So this was a little bit like Riverview.
Right.
And it sort of fell into disuse, and it wasn't managed very properly.
Correct.
And so eventually they started having conversations about tearing it down. And there was arguments back and forth, and eventually what the city did was just didn't leave any security there. And then so what happened then?
Well, the city wanted it kept, and the developer wanted it bulldozed. So the developer failed to secure the site.
Yeah.
And there was numerous fires.
Okay.
And I was coming back from work one day over the Patello Bridge, and the bridge shut down. And it was a fire truck responding to the fire, where the asylum was caught on fire.
That's fantastic.
So we were stuck on the bridge for over an hour as we watched the asylum burn. And then years later, I actually bought into the place.
Oh, I see. So Patello Bridge might be visible on this thing. It's behind this brand new monstrosity they're putting in, but you can still see it. So you were standing on that bridge watching this place burn down?
Correct. Yeah.
And stuck out there.
Yeah, they closed down McBride, so there was no way to get off the bridge.
Huh. Isn't that cool, eh?
So this bridge was 2 years of them pile driving, and it echoed.
Oh, is that right, eh?
They didn't pile drive on this side of the river, but the far side of the river, but it still echoed.
Yeah, I bet.
So.
Yeah, I was thinking about making a video in here before because, this place is called Victoria Hill.
Right.
And the way that I described it to my wife is I said, I don't think I've ever been in a place that was, this densely populated. It's about 4 or 5 story condos, solid. There's not a single family dwelling. And so much of it feels like you're inside of a park. I just think this is absolutely fantastic, this place.
Yeah, it was all done by one developer, the whole complex.
Oh, is that right? All of Victoria Hill.
Yeah,
a master
and
plan.
it was
wow.
Victoria Hill is more of the rename because it was Woodlands, and they were trying to get rid of the Woodlands
dissociate
because
themselves with
the asylum.
I see. It's like they want to get rid of. Well, I think that the city council's already decided that they're not going to call New West Royal City anymore. Idiots. Oh no. Okay. Am I filming? Yeah, I am. I can't see the... Oh, that'd be a bummer if I didn't get this, but it turns out that I did. So yeah, maybe I'll get some video of some other parts of this place as well.
Have you been up to the Memorial Garden?
Yes.
There's 3,000 unmarked graves in that garden.
Is that beside the huge sequoia trees?
It's at the top of the hill, just before the hospital.
Yeah.
And in 1972, after the incident with the nurse, they bulldozed the gravestones into the ravine.
Why?
Because they were trying to cover up the history of the asylum, and then they got in trouble and had to restore the gravestones.
So that's what those names are about.
That's why they're on a wall instead
Yeah,
of
yeah,
being
that's
in the ground.
amazing, eh? This place has got a
And
really quite an
even
interesting
just a
history.
few years ago,
Sorry about
they
that.
found more headstones
Uh-huh.
in what is the water park out in Chilliwack? Colton Lake.
Chilcotin Lake could be.
Yeah,
Mm.
they were dumped out there. They found a bunch more headstones. So that's what the new walls.
But the people are still there.
Yeah, the graves were never.
And there's a memorial to them, so they're not unmarked graves. But there is a place.
Their location is unmarked.
Yeah.
Because they removed all the headstones. And
Yeah, yeah.
They lost track of where they.
So in a sense, they are. And the penitentiary also had
A graveyard.
a graveyard over there
Yeah.
that I came across, and there's not a marker in there.
There are subtle markers.
Oh, there is,
Just
eh?
little square markers in
I
the
see.
lawn.
Okay.
So they're better marked than the asylum and graveyard.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Cool, man. Thank you so much. That's a great story. Oh, so my channel is called Vancouver No Expectations.
No.
And no expectations. And what I like to do is I like to say to the people that I talk to that they can name it, so then it's easy for them to find it. Let's just go Victoria Hill. Vancouver No Expectations of Victoria Hill.
Okay.
Then it's totally simple, right? Yeah, I hope you check it out, man. See ya.